New revelations about the O.J. Simpson trial. It's from the lawyer at the center of it all, Robert Shapiro, speaking out for the first time in nearly 20 years. ABC's Lindsay Davis here with the story. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, George. So much of the country is still captivated by the so-called trial of the century. And now Robert Shapiro shares new insight about what helped to make the Dream Team a success. And he also reveals what O.J. Simpson whispered in his ear right after the verdict was read. This morning, Robert Shapiro is back in the spotlight. His fame is now being fueled by John Travolta's critically acclaimed portrayal of the celebrity attorney in the hit FX series American Crime.
You're going to say this case is all about race?
Yes, because it is.
But it was the real-life Shapiro who took back center stage in an interview with Fox News' Megyn Kelly, talking for the first time in 20 years about his role in the trial of the century.
The prosecution wedded themselves to one knife, one killer. There's a strong possibility that more than one person was involved.
Shapiro says he believed he outmaneuvered Marcia Clark by making her believe he wasn't ready.
The judge asked, Mr. Shapiro, what's your position? Your Honor, we're ready for trial. Looks at Marcia Clark and says, call your first witness. And you could see the blood come out of her face. And from that day on, I knew there would be no conviction.
He gives insight into that fateful moment when the prosecution asked Simpson to try on the glove.
I tried the glove on. It was a little bit wide in my palm and a little bit long in my fingers. O.J. Simpson has enormous hands, and I knew that that glove would not fit him.
Really?
Wouldn't even be close.
Did you feel in that moment when you put your hand in the glove that you were trying on the glove of the person who murdered these two people?
As you say it now, it is chilling. But I was looking for one thing and one thing only, the size of that glove.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
And this intimate exchange between attorney and client just moments after the verdict was read.
What did he say?
You had told me this would be the result from the beginning. You were right.
And exactly 13 years later, Simpson was convicted of armed robbery and kidnapping in a sports memorabilia heist gone wrong. But that time around, he was not represented by Shapiro.
I wouldn't have taken the case in any event.
Why?
He still owed me money from the first one.
Shapiro would not say if he believed Simpson was guilty, but he did make a distinction between moral justice and legal justice. And he says that when the not guilty verdict was rendered, he felt legal justice was done. As far as moral justice, he says he hasn't discussed that with anyone, including his wife, George.
That's some conclusion right there, Lindsay. Thanks very much. Let's talk to Dan Abrams about this right now. A lot to talk about. Of course, you covered this for Court TV many years ago. Starting out, though, with something surprising. Robert Shapiro said the killer may still be out there.
Well, he's being careful in picking his words, right? He's saying that there may have been another knife. There may have been a second killer, but he's not saying O.J. wasn't one of the two. Look, the bottom line is it possible that there was a second knife? Yeah, I guess it's possible. Is it possible that O.J. Simpson didn't do it? Not in my view, and I don't think in Robert Shapiro's view either. I think Robert Shapiro knows that O.J. Simpson did it, and he's trying to pick every kind of phrase he can use around that fact to defend him a little bit.
But that's why he ends up at moral justice and legal.
Right. The moral justice. For any time a lawyer starts separating between moral justice and legal justice, you know that you got a problem. Now, look, he's not his client anymore, and O.J. Simpson is now serving time on another crime. But look, from the beginning, I think Robert Shapiro knew O.J. Simpson did it and tried to craft a strategy that was the best strategy that he could to defend his client.
And he did?
He did, and he won. And look, and in this FX series, I do think that they make Shapiro out to be more buffoonish than he actually was during the trial. Yes, was he the guy you went to for a plea deal? Sure. Was he just a plea lawyer? No, he was a smart guy and a smart lawyer who led the team.
Okay, Dan Abrams, thanks very much.
Behind Johnny Cochran in the end, though. Yeah.